On November 2nd, Republican lawmaker Jason Miyares beat Democrat powerhouse Mark Herring in a close contest that saw two very different worldviews facing off.
This election in Virginia was a lot of parents pushing back on a far-left liberal monopoly, saying, hey, enough is enough. We need some type of check and balance.
Miyares helped make up a statewide Republican sweep, with Glenn Youngkin defeating Democrat Terry McAuliffe for governor and Winsome Sears taking the lieutenant governor's office. Miyares points out that parents frustrated with schools during the pandemic helped make the difference. Now he's focused on supporting them.
In the Virginia Constitution, there is a right to an education, and the first step to that is if I'm a parent and I drop my child off at a school, I want to know above all else that they're going to be safe.
As Attorney General, one of his first priorities is a high-profile investigation of Loudoun County schools.
You have failed our students.
Where sexual assaults, allegedly by the same offender, took place on two campuses. School authorities initially denied any knowledge of the reports.
Now we turn out from internal emails and from Sheriff Chapman, they absolutely were aware of it. I want to make sure no future school board and no future superintendent in Loudoun ever makes the same mistakes they made in these situations.
Miyares wants to make sure parents know their rights per the Virginia Code and Constitution, and will spell them out on his website. And given the controversy over raucous school board meetings, the incoming Attorney General supports parents who speak out at them.
Parents have every right, as long as they're not breaking the law and not making any physical threats of violence, you have every right to voice your displeasure to your elected leaders.
His leadership could thrust him into the national spotlight on this rapidly developing political issue. In September, the National School Board Association created a firestorm comparing vocal parents to domestic terrorists. Since then, the FBI has begun to track threats against school officials and board members, leaving the School Board Association in disarray. Axios reports that 17 state affiliates have now cut ties with the association and may even organize a competitor. Miyares also may emerge as a power player who brings new voters into the GOP. He envisions a diverse, working-class party that attracts immigrant families like his. In 1965, Miyares' mother fled Cuba and eventually brought the family to Virginia Beach, where Miyares still lives. He says many Latinos and others desire what his family also wanted.
They view the Republican Party as a party of opportunity, entrepreneurship, individual freedom, individual dignity, and they're attracted to it. I've always believed in practicing the politics of addition, not subtraction.
This immigrant outlook, combined with his faith, informs his outlook and policies.
Romans chapter 12 is the great guidebook for, I think, servant leadership. And it impacts so much of my worldview, which is the individual dignity of the person, that we are all created, imago Dei, the image of God.
And despite troubled times, Miyares holds a high view of the country, one that gives second chances to people from all backgrounds and is what he calls the American miracle. Heather Sells, CBN News.